Hello, dickheads. Richard here. I am just doing a bonus episode. I told you I was going to do it. I was going to go through the whole first press conference. Maybe not a press conference, more of like an interview that Brandon Bevers did about his wife's disappearance the day after. It's about 20 minutes long, but I'm also going to throw a couple extra things in there that I didn't really talk about during the episode, just for your own fun. I know you guys can go out and check YouTube yourself and watch these videos for yourself, but maybe I'll pause and give some commentary in between. So that's pretty nice. That's pretty fun. And I love giving you guys the bonus content. I'm trying to give extra all the time now. I want to give lots of content out for all you guys. So hopefully you guys are enjoying this. So without further ado, I'm gonna let's uh let's do this in a different. Well, we'll go through the whole Brandon interview first. It's about 23 minutes, 52 seconds. We'll talk about that a little bit, and then we'll talk about the press conference they did after. We'll do a couple more things that Brandon has been a part of, and then we'll call it a day. So let's dig into it right now.
An elite team of private detectives.
What if balloons are aliens? Maybe that's the key component we're missing.
Cover-ups.
John's guilty.
Mysteries that need to be solved.
Maybe Mormons need mountains.
Richard, shut up.
So like I said, first thing we're going to do is that 20-minute interview, and then a couple other things afterwards. And just to set this up, this is the day after the murder, okay? And he hasn't really had a chance to gather his thoughts. I'll tell you right now, he's wearing a black polo, black hat, Oakley's over top of his hat, like wearing them as if his eyes are on his forehead. And he looks like he's a little agitated already by the entire bit of this. But he does get right into it too, which I find really interesting about the whole thing. He didn't really get into it much. Like he says he doesn't want to do interviews, and then he does a full-blown 20-minute interview. But I guess that's the job of the reporter, and that's what they do. So this was on Fox. Let's see what happens here.
Y'all ready?
Yeah, give me a second. I have an issue with my camera. One second, sorry.
Brian, just tell us, what are you going through right now? I mean, today, right now?
Well, I don't want to do interviews, okay? I just want to make a statement. Is that all right?
Tell us what you want to say.
Okay. Yeah, I don't.
I said, hang on, I'm having a problem with the camera.
Yeah, let him get ready.
I played this in the first episode, but like,
And y'all can funnel this up to the other media outlets, okay?
Yes, sir.
And I can be done with this,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Okay.
We appreciate you coming out. We know it's got to be terribly difficult, and we're really just hoping you'll speak from your heart about your wife.
speak from
And
your
then we
heart.
all just say, we are sorry. We are sorry for your family's loss.
I appreciate it. I haven't had a whole lot of time to, I haven't had a lot of time to get emotional about this yet. I've been dealing with the immediate needs of my children. This morning I've had some. This morning I finally started thinking about the events that occurred yesterday morning, and so I'm starting with that process today. You got it?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Sorry about that, sir.
The main purpose here today is solely to communicate to the.
I'm just gonna pause for a second. I want everybody to know he is speaking from the heart. He doesn't have any paper or anything like that in front of him, so he's just going off of what he's thinking, and you could tell. You can really tell.
People in the community and to everybody watching and listening. My wife was she was a godly woman, and she was a very passionate about changing people's lives with fitness and changing their mental attitude towards their body and themselves and their abilities in life. And personally, I haven't involved myself in a lot of what she does, but now that I'm seeing some of her campers, I've noticed a substantial impact that she's had on so many people's lives, and I'm very proud of her. And I just want it to be publicly known that we are very proud of all of the passion and effort that she's put into so many people's lives. As far as the perpetrator, I don't know, we still don't know who he is, but I ask everybody out there to review the video. I think you can get the video on the Midlothian Police Department's Facebook website. Look at the video. The person has a very distinct walk. There's just a very distinct mannerism about this person that should be very apparent to somebody. Okay? I don't believe there was a vehicle there. This perpetrator, I don't know if he walked into the facility or if he we don't know how he arrived at the facility. But I'm just hoping that somebody either saw something.
Why did you call it a church a facility?
Somebody can recognize the mannerisms of this person on the video. It's very important to us to get some closure with that, and but at the same time, I want to definitely publicize that my wife was she was a great woman, a great a wife, a great mother, a great friend, and she will be missed by many people. But please be diligent as you can and review the video and report anything to the Midlothian Police Department. And I appreciate your time.
The video should be.
Thank you.
He's trying to end it right now.
You're not going to speak again after this, is that correct? This is what you...
I really don't. I mean, I don't want to. In terms of obtaining a story to pull at heartstrings and stuff like that, I'm not looking here for the media to sensationalize a tragedy, okay? My family needs, we need our privacy, and that's why I wanted to do this in one time only, but we need our privacy. I haven't had a lot of sleep. I haven't had a lot of one-on-one time with my children. I just have some issues that I need to deal with on a personal level with my children. I want to reach out to the Camp Gladiator, the campers that she mentored, and I want to talk to those folks and express my appreciation for their admiration of my wife. Okay?
You do understand, sir, that we are here because we want to help the police catch whoever did this as well.
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
you're full of shit. Okay, this is where I don't like the media. Get the fuck out of here. You're here to get a story out of this guy. You do not care if the police catch. In fact, you probably make more money if they don't catch it. But like maybe you personally, reporter, have that, but you have an editor telling you to go out there. Like you didn't want to travel to fucking Midlothian to talk to this fucking guy, but maybe you did. I'm just saying. Like, it doesn't seem that way.
But as far as any, one-on-one interview, tug at the heartstrings, kind of stories, sensationalized, I'm not here for that.
I don't think any of us are trying to sensational. I mean, your wife was a mother and a woman who touched so many lives through her work.
Correct. You are correct.
And that's why, we want to share her story. And you know that better than anyone.
Correct.
You knew her better than anyone. The kind of woman she was, the kind of mother she was.
Well, she was a very good mother. She spent, I'll go a little further here. When Missy, before we had children, Missy was a teacher, public school teacher. She worked with special needs children. And she did that for about 2 years. And I could see the amount of outpouring in her soul to help needy people, okay, and especially at that time it was special needs children. And then we had children. She stayed at home, raised our children, and when she got back into the workforce, or when time allowed her to do things for herself, she found Camp Gladiator. And through raising our 3 children, you know, she transformed into a different physically person, a mother, but she decided to become physically fit, and for a 40 children, you know, she transformed into a different physically person, a mother, but she decided to become physically fit, and for a 40 some odd year old mother of 3, she was very fit and transformed on an unimaginable level. Her body pretty well sold her abilities in transforming and helping other people. And but she was very passionate about helping these people, and I would catch some of her campers' remarks on her Facebook page about how excited they were of the results that they've seen through her efforts, and I'm proud of her. We're very proud of her.
She meant a lot of things to a lot of people. What did she mean, though, to you as her husband?
Well, she was a companion.
I don't think they know at this point that there's some like cheating or marital problems going on. So it's a very interesting question. And he looks down when they say that. I don't know if he's like trying to think like I want to be out of this relationship. I'm proud of her. Like I don't know what he's thinking right now, but he definitely looks away from what's going on in front of him. So take that for what you will.
We enjoyed fishing. We enjoyed going to the beach. We spent a lot of time at the ocean. We've been together for 20 years, and over the 20 years, you know, our relationship evolved from this to that to this to that, and we've managed to keep it, you know, held together all this time. But at this particular venture in our lives, it opened up an opportunity for her to do something that was gratifying to herself, rather than raising a family, constantly driving kids around. And she's just, like I said, the Camp Gladiator opportunity came up, and
she was so well loved. Are you racking your brain to say who would want to hurt such a beautiful person?
yes, I mean, it's you know, this world is full of evil people.
I just said no. She's like, no, not at all.
I don't know, without going into any details that I've spoke with law enforcement. I mean, yeah, we're talking about a senseless act here, okay?
Did you look at the video to see if you saw anybody, recognized anything about it?
The same video that
Again, another question that like, no, I didn't look at the video. Of course he did.
I watched on a continuous loop. It's the same video that you guys have already had access to.
Click anything for you?
Nothing clicks. I can't tell if the person is a man or a woman. The police estimate that he's about 6 foot tall. This person's 6 foot tall.
That changes later. 5'2" to 5'8".
But if you look at the mannerisms of the person, how they walk, I mean, there's something very distinctive there that somebody has to be able to point this out.
It seems to baffle the police department like it baffles us as reporters, and it baffles the investigation why someone would break into church wearing a tactical police paraphernalia. Does that baffle you too, as someone who wants justice?
I don't know. There are some things that the police are looking into with respect to the timing of it and the arrival of my wife. The person wasn't in tactical gear. That wasn't tactical gear. That was a shoddy amount of clothing to look like some type of an enforcement officer. It wasn't real tactical clothing.
What did it look like to you?
Well, I mean, from the video, as best I could tell, it looked like maybe motorcycle boots or some type of military-style boot. I couldn't tell the pants. It looked like some kind of flimsy, like sweatpants or something. I couldn't really tell. But the jacket was just a generic police jacket, kind of a velour-looking police jacket. And I couldn't even identify the helmet. The person was wearing a helmet, and I couldn't
look into the special needs kids. I'm telling you.
Motorcycle helmet. I don't know if there was a motorcycle avenue on that outfit, or if it was a tactical avenue, because the helmet, I couldn't even tell what it was.
Do you think someone wanted to hurt Missy in particular, or this was?
I do not know the answer to that.
She posted on her Facebook that she was going to be there. Is that something that police have also looked into, perhaps, that they've talked to you about?
Well, the date, time, and location of her camps are publicized. They're known. Those times and schedules are already predetermined. It definitely sets up an opportunity for the unknown to happen, particularly since she arrives there early before anybody else does. But if you look at the video, and I don't know how much of the video the police has released, but if you look at the video, and from what I understand, the perpetrator came through the back door, okay, and spent several minutes rummaging from room to room. If I'm not mistaken, he might have broke some glass in this room looking for something, broke some glass in this room looking for something, spent some time in the kitchen area. But by the time my wife arrived, I don't know of the video at that point, but according to the police, shortly after the altercation, needless to say, it's the opinion of the police department that the perpetrator didn't know the presence of my wife, or that she was going to be there. I think my wife walked in on a robbery. That's just an opinion. That's not fact.
So you don't think?
Notice how he says it's a robbery right now, because like later on we'll show you a video where he kind of changes his mind on that.
She was targeted, or like that she was particularly.
In strictly my opinion, I don't think she was targeted. And to the best of my knowledge, when my wife arrived, there was no other vehicle in the parking lot, and otherwise it would have obviously drawn. My wife would have seen that. So as far as I know, and you have to confirm that with the police, there was no other vehicles on the property. But according to the timeline, the person came into the building and left the crime scene before the other campers showed up. So was there another vehicle, or did they have cameras outside that could confirm that? I don't know.
When was the last time you spoke with her? And were you guys in the habit of maybe texting? Because
Yes.
she'd go to these locations, where it would be dark and quiet.
Well, as far as communicating prior to her camps, no. I mean, she got there pretty early.
Okay, so you hadn't heard from her that morning.
No.
Did you guys speak the night before?
Yes.
And what did you say to her?
Every day for the last 10 months, she has made it a point to text me at work that she loves me and have a good day, honey. When I finally arrived in Biloxi around 7:30, which was later than I was supposed to be there, I spoke to her, and she said good night, and it was still about 8 o'clock. And I called her anyway, probably around 9 or 9:30 to tell her I love her, and she was already half asleep, and that's the last time I spoke to her.
That was on the phone.
That was on the phone.
Can you talk a little bit about her faith? Because her friends all say she was a woman of God. She really walked in her purpose. Can you talk a little bit about her?
Missy sought out God's direction in every avenue of her life. Here recently, she was actually reading a book that that the regional camp gladiators, her regional director gave to her, and it was about essentially a purpose-driven Christian woman. That's not the name of the book, but she read that thing from front to back, and I could sense her implementing. I didn't read the book, I didn't know what the contents were, but I could sense her implementing some of the things within that book in her life, because it was very meaningful to her. We've been going to the Cowboy Church for about 15 years. We've raised our children there. We're not cowboy people, but that church has been the church and the members of that church have been some of the dearest friends that we've ever had, and some of the best friends we've ever had in our lives.
Now, did your daughter sometime go with her to camp?
Yes. There was another camp that she conducted at 9 a.m. on different days of the week, and my daughter would go with her.
But not to this one at 5 in the morning?
No.
Okay.
No.
You mentioned you haven't had much time to talk with your children. Are you going to, I guess, that conversation, do you just avoid, do you have to answer their questions? I mean, do you try and steer them into just positive memories of mom?
My two oldest children are, they're completely aware of what has happened. My youngest one is not completely aware, but we have talked about Missy's father. Missy's father passed away about 1.5 years ago, and he's buried in Jacksboro. And I was talking to the girls about burying her mom possibly next to her father, because Missy was a daddy's girl too, and the girls didn't feel comfortable with that, being that it's that far away. So we opted to have her buried here locally so that she can be close. But we haven't. My two oldest girls, they're doing really well. Like I said, I haven't had a lot of one-on-one with them. They've fortunately had a lot of friends coming by, and they're in high spirits. But I know that this one-on-one situation is going to occur. So, and I'm ready for it.
How old are your girls, sir?
15, 13, and 8.
Does it mean a lot to you that the last thing you said to your wife, I know you said she was half asleep, but you told her that you loved her. I know you're out of state for this trip, and then you're able to communicate.
No, it means nothing to me. What a stupid question.
Is that a blessing to you that you were able to tell her how much she meant to you?
Well,
you're looking for a headline now.
Fortunately for me, we communicated that every day, and it was she texted me every day and said, "I love you, honey. I hope you have a good day. I've been having a lot of health problems here the last 6 months," and but she has gone. I know that she has devoted quite a bit of time and energy into her Camp Gladiator thing, and she has made it a point every day when I show up to work, I receive a text about the same time. "I love you, honey. I hope you have a good day." And she was an exceptional wife.
Where do you go from here?
I don't know. I really don't know. It's just one day at a time right now. I know that, you know, fully relying on God through prayer and connection with my church family, that's very important right now. And my immediate family here that's taking care of my kids and but outside of that, it's just, you know, day by day.
Is it real yet?
Is it real yet? No, it's not real yet. No, it's not. Is it real for a camera crew to be sitting in my driveway? No.
I guess perhaps the last thing I know you've spoken, for those who didn't know Missy, never had the opportunity to take a class with her, or didn't know her from church, strangers, what do you want them to remember about her? Especially as this investigation goes on and police are relying on tips and help from the public, what should people keep in mind most about Missy?
I would have to say that Missy is unlike most people, is unlike any other spouse, wife, friend, mother. You know, when you lose a loved one, you know, all of those things fall into place, you know. I don't know how to properly answer that question, but, you know, all of you people here, you have kids, you're married. I mean, you know, I know you're here for a story, but, you know.
It is not lost on us either. We are sorry.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Will you
very
say
much.
and spell your name for us, please?
Brandon Bevers, Brandon. Last name Bevers, Bevers.
Thank you.
So, okay. That's the first video that comes out. Here's another quick interview he does not too long after.
Tell me, Brandon, where were you when you heard about it? Can you give me a kind of a reaction?
I was in Biloxi, Mississippi, about to go on a fishing trip down on the Chandeleur Islands, and I heard about it this morning. Received a phone call from a couple of Missy's campers, and had I been out on that ship, I would have had no contact for a few days, but
what do you want people to know about your wife?
My wife was she was very passionate about transforming people's lives physically and mentally. She became involved in physical fitness a few years ago, and she transformed herself into just a very fit person, and her desire was to do that for others. And I've seen it. I've seen her do that for others, and I've seen the impact that it's had on other people. And I'm very thankful for that, and I'm thankful for her being such a good wife and a good mother to our children. And she's had a very impactful relationship with a lot of people here in our community, and I'm very thankful for all of it.
I can only barely imagine what you must be going through, what you and your family must be going through now.
I haven't had time to absorb this yet. I just got home about 15 minutes ago, and I haven't had time to reel it in. I haven't had time.
Had the police talk to you already?
I've talked to them on the phone. They haven't given me any detailed information. They've given me bits and pieces that are probably as much as you know right now.
It's supposed to be the first interview you did.
I don't know any specifics.
I promise this would be short. Anything else you'd like to say to the community about what has happened and about your wife?
This is predatory. This is fucking
I've
bad.
lived here.
It's outside his house.
We've lived here for 20 years, and we've been in this community for longer than that. I have personally, and I've never known of anything of this nature to happen. I pray that whoever did this would be caught, and I pray for all of the people who cared so much about my wife, and
I'm very, very sorry, Brandon. I would like to go back and get a card. I should have brought one. Just leave it with you if there's anything we think we need to know or should know or anything we can do.
It's a guy from Fox named Richard Ray.
Candlelight yoga thing tonight or something. I don't know if you've been.
yeah, there's several things that people are putting together, but I'm here with my kids, and
So sad. You can hear his kids playing in the background.
primarily that's my job.
3 kids.
My family, three daughters.
So this will be the first interview he did, and this is probably why he's fed up.
15,
Came over to his
13,
house.
8.
Again, I'm very sorry.
That's all right. Thank you very much.
Wish good luck on this.
That guy was like an ancient dude too. Like, all right, so yeah, that's the interview. A couple notable things, like I said, he didn't think this was targeted, so that's something. And he thought it was a 6-foot guy, which they changed later. And he looks sad. He looks like he's trying to be as polite as possible, but he wants them to leave, which is fair. Watching these videos of Brandon makes me think he didn't do anything, but all right, on to the next thing. So another little video I wanted, and that was 20 minutes long. I just wanted to show the whole thing just so you could understand that this guy from the get-go is trying to cooperate with everyone. I don't think Brandon has anything to do with this. So this is the press conference the police did on April 22nd. This is a couple days after the murder. This is what they announced to the public.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Kevin Johnson. I'm the Assistant Chief of Police here at Midlothian Police Department. Just want to take a few minutes to update the community and our media partners on the ongoing investigation into the death of Terry Leanne Bevers, known to her family and friends as Missy. As you probably already know, this case weighs very heavily on us. Our investigative team, our department, we know that the community is hurting as well. We're committed to identifying the person or persons responsible for Missy's death. We're not going to rest until we do so. We're fielding numerous tips in this case, and we will continue. We will be committed to tracking down every lead. We released some additional surveillance footage from inside the church just a few minutes ago, and that can be found on our social media sites. We really do believe that somebody still knows that this person is out there. Somebody knows who this person is, and they haven't yet come forward. We're convinced of that, and we ask the public to analyze the footage once again. Watch the mannerisms, the walking style of the suspect.
I believe
if they
that
have
too.
any information, please contact us. Our investigation has included the execution of several search warrants over the past couple of days, and they form the basic building blocks of our investigation. Here's what we know right now. The suspect arrived at the church first and forced entry into the location. Missy arrived a few minutes later. First time surveillance captured the suspect on video was about 10 minutes before 4 a.m. Miss Bevers arrived at about 4:16 in the parking lot and entered the church immediately. A few minutes later, she was inside the church, not realizing the intruder was already inside, and shortly thereafter she was murdered inside of the church. We're not going to discuss the details of how Miss Bevers was murdered. Our communications center received some calls to 911 at about 5 a.m. reporting the incident to Midlothian Police Department. Just want to reiterate that our top priority is finding Mrs. Killer. Again, want to appeal to the public that no matter how insignificant they feel that a tip might be, that they please do reach out to us. Oftentimes that's just the break in the case that we need. Something that somebody thought was small turns out to be significant. We've established a hotline for tips, and that number is 972-775-7624.
Don't flood that.
Oak Farms Dairy has also partnered with us and offered up a $10,000 reward for information leading to the arrest or indictment.
Thanks, Oak Farms Dairy. Oak Farm Dairy, is that what it's
collaborating with multiple federal partners and neighboring jurisdictions. We have a competent squad of investigators sifting through all the incoming leads. Those agencies have provided an overwhelming outpouring of resources and personnel. So one thing I want to tell our community is that we are still here and available to provide our normal emergency public safety services. So don't hesitate to call us if you're in the community and you think that you have a need that we need to respond to. We're certainly capable of continuing that service. Also, a thank you to our community. The outpouring of support has been tremendous, and we do appreciate that. It hasn't gone unnoticed.
I like how that the assistant chief right there thinks that they can't. People think that they can't continue doing their job because they're investigating a different crime. Like, how small is this town? Yeah, we got everybody. The Larry the beat cop's like searching this thing down right now. So don't call for the next couple days. We're like, nobody thinks that. Everybody thinks that you can come for a drunk disorderly. Anyways. So yeah, they give a quick little description there. That's the little press conference. I meant to play it in the last episode. I didn't, but that's their breakdown a couple days after. So the next thing I wanted to show you, I was going to give you the full clip of Brandon and his father talking to the police after his dad brings the bloody shirts to the vet and they have to get cleared from that. So here, or the bloody shirts to the dry cleaner. So here's that clip. And like I said, it starts mid-interview, so you don't get the whole thing. I don't think I played the whole thing for this one, but let's listen to it. This is a 5-minute video.
Just want to get you out to Midlothian Police Department right now, where Brandon Bevers, the husband of the wife Missy Bevers, who was murdered just over 10 days ago, and his father Randy Bevers are talking. Let's listen in.
Randy, that's
they had everything. They have my flight tickets, the rental car that we rented in Gulfport, Mississippi. Matter of fact, when I pulled into my driveway Monday at 3 p.m., I was in a car with Mississippi plates on it, and I mean, all of that's a non-issue.
You could tell by this time everyone suspects him, which is fair. That's a true suspicion.
Listed as a woman's double XL shirt, just a mistake. That's
what?
your shirt. The dry cleaner listed your shirt with the bloodstains on it as a women's.
Well, my wife's white shirt had bloodstains on it too. So both of us had bloodstains on her shirt and mine. So because it, you know.
So there are 2 shirts of blood on it.
Yeah.
The one on listed one. Where's the other shirt?
The dry cleaners.
So the dry cleaner calls and says there's blood on.
I don't know what the dry. I don't know the conversation between the cleaners and the police station. Okay, I don't know that conversation.
But you're saying there's blood on 2 shirts.
There's 2 shirts that's got blood on. Okay.
And then, Randy, even though it's brought you this attention, would you say that you're glad that they're looking so closely?
You better
at all
believe
of
it.
this?
You better believe it. You better believe it. If they weren't, they wouldn't be doing their job. Okay, so by them doing this, it tells me that they're being diligent and doing their job on any tiny little whatever comes across is being looked at, and it should be. So that's great.
Do you have a photo of that Chihuahua? I know I keep a lot of photos of my dog.
No, my wife would have, but I don't have one. But but it's just a little.
That was
like
that dog was her. That dog was a very precious animal to her.
Yeah, it was.
Very.
What's his or her name?
Huh? Kilo.
Kilo.
Can you get your wife to email us a picture of the dog?
Well, we'll see.
I love this guy. I love that. I love that the guy wants a picture of the dog. Like, prove they had a dog.
Did you guys talk about anything else with the investigators other than the shirt and the dogs today?
Not really. We've been just sitting in there waiting for you guys to show up.
I just want to point out that Brandon's wearing like a checkered collared shirt with the same hat and the same glasses, but his dad Randy's wearing this pink polo with a blue hat and glasses on his forehead too, like father, like son.
And I know, Brandon, you've talked with investigators several times. You continue to do that clearly. I mean, how many times would you say you've talked with them?
Yeah. I've only had one. Formal interview that was early in an early stage of the game, but and they call me periodically, and I call them periodically because I think of certain things that I want to make sure that they're looking into. I even called them today, and I was like, "You need to look into this avenue. You need to look at this," and in 90% of the cases, they've already done it. So, but it's, I sit and I think about catching this person, and I think I just role play in my mind any possible leads that I can give. But in 90% of the times that I've reached out to them to provide them this information, they've already gone down the avenue.
And I we talked with you last, you had said that you believe she had walked in on a burglary.
I need to clarify
That's where he changes his story now.
When I came up here to review, now you got to remember, that was on Tuesday or Monday when I gave that statement?
I want to say it was Tuesday.
Okay. You got to remember, no sleep. I'm in bad health. No, I do not believe that she was. I believe that she was targeted. Okay, that's my opinion. That's not any information that anybody provided me, but I believe she was targeted.
For what reason? Yeah, for why? I mean.
Evidence, for reasons of evidence, I'm not going to say that. But there's no reason. There's no reason. If a person, you have to ask yourself, if a person's going to break into a church, what are they going to take? What are they there to steal? AV equipment? I work in a church. Some of the most expensive equipment in a church is AV equipment, or money from tithings from the previous day. Okay, those are the two things.
So we kind of figured out where he works in a church. We figured that out from that video. I missed that the first time I listened to this. So I don't know what that means. Maybe he's just a groundskeeper or something. He seems like he's that guy. And he's also in poor health, which I didn't really mention in the last episode, but I don't know what kind of poor health. I don't know what that means. It kind of gets him off of my list a little bit more. If you've been in shitty health for the past, I guess he's on vacation, so who knows. But yeah, that was another video. I wanted to show you the whole thing. That was that. And then I have one more video I'm going to show you real quick here. Some more. This is a couple months later. This is him talking to a different, well, it's Dallas Fort Worth again. Richard Ray talking right now as I push play to this. Let's go. Richard Ray's the first guy who bumped into him at his house, the predator with fucking gray hair.
Not since Friday's news conference, in which police did give an update on the investigation, offered some new information, and ruled out family members as suspects, at least for now. But Bevers told me this afternoon no one should be ruled out of this investigation, including him.
It's very bizarre, to say the least.
More than a month has passed since the murder of Brandon.
I'm just going to point out that Brandon's not wearing the hat anymore, but he definitely has the glasses on his forehead. He loves those Oakleys. They go with him wherever he goes.
Brandon Bevers' wife, Missy, bludgeoned to death inside a Midlothian church with some kind of a tool the killer used to break in. That killer seen on surveillance video dressed in what looks like police tactical gear. An apparent burglary, but nothing taken. The fitness instructor attacked when she arrived to lead an early morning workout class, a crime that has drawn national attention.
In a strange way, I'm thankful for the attention that this is receiving. But it goes back to the fact that this happened in a house of God, and that's pretty disturbing.
This is it's a hard investigation.
As a police officer.
Last Friday, police updated the investigation, sharing their belief that the killer, man or woman, was between 5'2" and 5'7", sharing a picture of a car they're looking for, a Nissan Altima, seen in the area the morning of the murder.
We don't believe this is the vehicle of the killer.
Brandon Bevers says he's insisted on weekly meetings with investigators and met with them again today.
I don't know if it's business related or some kind of jealousy. I've pretty much exhausted every scenario and every avenue that I can think of who could have done this.
Bevers applauds police efforts but admits to being discouraged.
I'm discouraged to the point where I truly want to just reach out to this individual myself. As odd as it may sound, I can truly forgive you for what you've done, but only if you come forward, turn yourself in, do what's right. You know, don't live the rest of your life with this on your heart, because it will eat you like cancer. The same applies with my family. We need closure. This is going to eat us alive for many years to come.
Bevers says his 3 daughters are doing as well as he could hope for. He's tried to insulate them from revelations in the investigation, including evidence of marital and money problems. Police have questioned some men about their relationships with Missy and whether there was more than just friendships.
Most people in society, they don't have their baggage strewn out in public like this, but the problems that we've encountered, I would have to say 80% of society deals with the same problems. And in our particular case, we were dealing with our problems, and we were, attempting to overcome. And that's what kept us together.
Friday's news conference also included this.
At this point, none of the family, friends, or coworkers
This is a different
of Missy
police
Bevers
officer for the first
were
one.
considered suspects.
But Brandon Bevers said no one should take that as meaning anybody has been cleared.
It's just like the officer said today when I met with them. Myself and everybody else in this investigation, despite the fact that they've come out and said they are no longer suspects, doesn't mean that they've been eradicated from the investigation, because the door has to be left open. Once they've scoured the field, they should never close the door,
To you or anybody else?
To nobody.
All right. And yeah, so that's him a couple, I guess, months after being interviewed, and a bunch of stuff has been unearthed about his life and all that stuff. He has done podcasts since. He's been on a guy named Think Theo podcast, where they did like an hour long, couple episode podcast of them. And I want you to go listen to it if you want to hear about this. Is in 2021. You can go listen to what he has to say now. I am going to summarize a couple things. He does say there's a lot of stress in his life still. They haven't solved it yet. All that kind of stuff, which is understandable. And yeah, so I kind of feel bad for Brandon Bevers. I hope he does. This gets solved for him, and his wife gets the justice that they deserve as a family. Hopefully he's got a new pair of Oakleys by now, because yeah, dude, I can tell you like them. All right, thanks for listening, guys. Hopefully you like this little extra bonus thing. I know you guys can go find all this stuff yourself, but let's put it all together in one place for you. All right, so if you like listening to the episodes, you like listening to the show, go give us a 5-star rating, go leave us a review. Go do the stuff that you do to help podcasts get better. I'm working on potentially getting a Patreon in the future. So once we do that, I'll start putting these bonus episodes onto Patreon, not straight in the public feed. And you guys can just peruse and enjoy. All right. Thanks a lot, dickheads. Have yourself a great day.
I just watched Private Dicks, and I think RJ's the funniest.
What? Come on.